terms of legislation.
President Biden huddling at the White House today with the big four congressional leaders, sorting through legislative priorities through the end of the year and urging Congress to act to prevent a potentially disastrous freight rail strike.
It's not an easy call, but I think we have to do it. The economy is at risk.
The top leader from each party in the House and Senate vowing to pass legislation to prevent a nationwide freight rail strike from grinding shipments to a halt at the peak of the holiday shopping season.
We got to resolve this rail shutdown as quickly as possible.
The top Republican in the House calling out President Biden for prematurely claiming victory after the administration helped broker a deal between labor leaders and railway companies 2 months ago that some of the railway union members then rejected.
It's unfortunate that we're here because I know the president told us all that this was solved long before the election.
Congress has the ability to impose a labor agreement on the workers to prevent exactly this type of disruption, but doing so goes against Democrats' pro-union stance.
I don't like going against the ability of unions to strike, but weighing the equities, we must avoid a strike.
More than 400 industry groups warning a strike would lead to certain economic destruction. The White House estimating it would cost hundreds of thousands of jobs. It all comes just as President Biden is in Michigan, touting his economic policies. The pre-planned trip now overshadowed by a battle that threatens to disrupt supply chains and derail the season of gift-giving. Congressional leaders and President Biden also talked about avoiding a government shutdown next month, with lawmakers sharply divided over whether to push for a long-term spending bill that secures funding for things like Ukraine aid or a shorter-term deal that lets House Republicans rein in spending when they take over control next year. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.